Hello. How are you? I hope that you're good. Today we have two quick ones. Okay, we have the Eskimo laced edging stitch. Okay, and we have the laced running stitch. So I'm going to do the laced running stitch first. Basically what it is a running stitch, okay, on the areas that I've drawn. And then we're going to do two different things to the running stitch. So it's kind of like three different stitches today. And then you get to use either the same colors or combination of colors. It depends on what you like. I'm doing a pink, a purple, and a blue. This is what I've got. Oh, not that one. This one. The middle color purple from yesterday. Go away. They're all stuck together because someone's child got into my... I'm doing these three. So I'm doing two colors on this one and two colors on this one. And just different variations. So hopefully it'll work out. So what we're going to do is first the running stitch. And you can start from the top or the bottom. It does not matter. So let's just zoom in a little bit here. And the running stitch goes like this. You just come up from the back. I've got 3 strands. And you actually don't have to use the same dashes that I did. I just put dashes on there. But we want to try and make sure that all of our stitches are about the same length. So whatever size that is what you want to stick with, whether it's a little bit longer or a little bit shorter. Hi, Mel. Lots of people have actually tuned in like right on time today. Normally I'm sat waffling on for a while and then people are like, oh, hi. Hi, Teresa. So with the running stitch, we just want to keep it about the same. When you come up through the stitches, make sure that you take your needle straight up, not on an angle or anything like that. And hopefully that will work well. On the phone, so can't hear what's going on, but I'm here and watching. Hi. She can't hear me. Hi. But, right, so we're going to do both of these. I'll do one and then do the other one, you know? So you can see all the different variations. And you can make these as tall or as short as you want to. You can make them all 6 strands if you want to. Just depends what you want to do. And then I actually don't know where this kind of went, but I can continue with this one over here just because I've already done it. I already have it on my needle. So obviously it's easier to just keep stitching. I do like a running stitch though. I think it's a little bit like therapeutic in a way. I don't know why. Maybe because it's like you have to slow down for it, maybe? I don't know. Maybe because it's easy, like really easy. Okay, and then what we're going to do is take another one. So this is the running stitch. Then we have a laced running stitch. And what we're going to do with that one is we're going to come up and we're going to weave our thread back and forth. The running stitch is 3 strands, yep. We're going to weave our needle back and forth. And that's going to give a... I just realized, obviously Mel cannot. Thank you, Teresa. I just said, yes, 3. And then I realized that, I think I've just cut some threads, that she can't hear me. So Thank you for adding that. Because she said I can't hear you. Okay. So now we're going to go back with all 6 strands, okay? Because I want this one to be like quite bold. I've got all 6 strands here. And what we're going to do is come up right where we started, okay? I'm going to try and get this like right where we started. Okay, and now we're going to slide our needle back and forth. So first we're going to go this way, then we're going to go that way, then we're going to go this way, and then we're going to go that way. So back and forth around your, under your running stitch. Okay, so pick whichever way you want to start first. I always start right to left first. It's just like a lot easier for me to do it that way. But you're going to put this way first, okay? And then that way. What is going on here? Oh, I had a knot on the back. I see. So I'm going to have to sort that out. Okay, but look, the key is to not pull it really tightly. Okay, you don't want to like pull it. You want it just to like a little bit, and then it will make that nice little curve like that. Okay, do you see what I mean? And then we're going to go this way underneath this one. Sorry about my hand. Okay, again, you want to be really delicate and pull it just like that. Okay, so you don't want to make it too tight and pull it all the way. You want to just make it so that it makes a nice little curve like that. I'm just going to see if maybe my lens is not clean. Just wait 1 second. I'm just going to see, because it looks like a little bit. That's better, maybe. Maybe? Who knows? Okay, and then we're going to go back the other way. Okay? So this one goes this way. And we're not going through the fabric, we're not going through the threads, we're going under the threads. So under each way. So if you get little kinks like that, that's okay, just make sure. Sometimes I like to put my finger like this here, just to keep that shape, okay? Yeah, this is actually really popular as a border. Because I've always wondered what the stitch was. It's so cute. I've seen it used as a border too. Yeah, these are both really popular border stitches. So this one and the Eskimo laced edging stitch. So if you're looking for a really nice border stitch, this one will be it. Every once in a while, make sure to dangle your needle. I don't know why I put so much thread on my needle for this one, because there's really not that much to do. I'm just going to cut a little bit off. Just too much thread. And then we're going to go back up this way. Now, the key is to have a bit of patience, because sometimes what happens is you try and sort out one curve and you pull it, and then it pulls all the other ones through, because this is kind of just being held, you know, just by you stopping the thread where you want it to stop, if you know what I mean. Whereas some of the other ones, you can kind of like tack it in place and stuff. But this one is literally just like you're stopping it where you stop it. That's it. I have to get in my car, so I'll probably lose you. Have a good night. You have a good night too. Where are you going? I hope it's somewhere fun. I mean, I even think like going to the grocery store is fun these days. So, I mean, I'm like really boring. Anyone want to move to England and be my friend? You have to move like to my street though, so that we can just like pop over to each other's houses and like have tea or wine or beer, or like let our kids be feral in the backyard. You know, like coffee in the morning, and then, you know, and then you put your needle right back down where you started. Sorry, where you ended. Like that, and then we're done. We're done with that one. Okay, so I'm just gonna zoom out so you can see what this one looks like. And then, that's so cute, isn't it? I love that one. So cute. Okay, so I'm actually going to stop that. I'm going to do the other one, okay? Because what I should have done is not done both of them there. Because in the drawing, I have one kind of stitch over here and a different kind of stitch over here. But I suppose I could just... No, I'm going to do another running stitch over there. Because I want them to be separate. Okay? So I kind of messed up. Got too excited about. Now this is the other part where you don't want to mess up. When you do your knot over here on this side, make sure you're not pulling it like super, super tight, because if you pull it really tight for the very first one, you're going to pull all of those things through and you're not going to have that like nice, delicate curve like we had before. So have a think about that when you're doing your knot, because you want it to have that nice like squiggle. It kind of looks like a sea snake to me, doesn't it? All right, so I've got 3 strands. Oh my god, where's my needle? There it is. I've got 3 strands of purple now. Thought I lost it there for a minute. 3 strands of purple. I think I'm gonna do purple running stitch and then maybe like a bright blue other stitch. Okay, now these ones, so both of those are supposed to be, both of these here are both of these ones. If they overlap, then they overlap. That's totally fine. They don't need to be like separate and spaced out. So the whole point of this one was to have more like layering and stuff. If you don't like it like that, that's totally fine too. So if you want to scoot one of yours over just a little bit so that they don't overlap, then that's okay too, you know? But you know how like when seaweed is like in the sea, I don't have a different way of saying that, but you know when seaweed is in the sea and it's just like a big clump of them like all over, you know, that was kind of what it was meant to look like. But if you don't like that, then that's totally fine. You can do your own thing. So also on Details Day, I'm going to encourage you to do some of these other stitches, like this Eskimo laced edging stitch, the laced running stitch, the single feather stitch. This one, we're also going to do a little one here and some French knots so that you can put them all the way around. And then I'm going to show you just a regular fly and fern stitch too, just in case you wanted to add a couple little like bits and bobs here and there. And then also just some other little stitches that I like to do, just little straight stitches or little like detached chain stitch clusters, you know, that I just like to put, like if I'm doing like a garden, say, you know, you kind of like put them here and there and here and there and here and there. It kind of just like makes it look a bit more fall. So if it's not for you, it's not for you. Like there's no hard feelings at all. Okay. It's just one of those things where like it's your hoop and it's your hoop, and then you can make it how you want to make it. Okay, like genuinely that's how it is. So please don't feel like if you don't like a stitch that you have to do it, or if you feel like, you know, you're really not great at it and this is not the time in your life where you want to practice it, that's okay too. Okay, for this one, try and make your stitches a little bit closer together. They don't have to be like super tiny per se, but they should be like smaller and not as spaced out. I found that kind of helps with this stitch. The other thing that helps with this stitch is putting a little line next to it. So I'm going to show you how to do it first, and then you can decide if you want to add a line or if you want to not. and just do it like that. This one kind of looks like bubbles on a stick when it's done. So it's actually not like this one at all. It's not worked in the same way. You're actually going to pierce the fabric with your extra, I'm going to use a second color obviously, but you're going to pierce the fabric with your like second set of stitches. So it's not just going to be one that you slip under this way and slip under that way. However, you can, going back to this one, you can go back the other way like this, okay, underneath the same ones that we did, and it makes it look like little, it makes it look like this. Like that. Like a little DNA sequence type situation. Yeah? Except you've got your running stitch down the middle of each one. Okay? That's what it would look like if you go back the other way and do it again, but the other way. Okay? So that could be fun too. There's so many things with this one that you could do. I feel like I'm teaching you the very bare minimum just so that we can do some fun new stitches, but then I'm also feel like I'm not teaching you enough because I'm like, oh, you could do this and you could do that and you could do that, and I just want to do all the things. So, apologies. All right, so we're almost done with this one, this little running stitch here. These can go as tall or as short as you want. They don't have to follow the same lines that I originally made. Okay, I'm going to stop this one here so that we can do the next stitch. I'm also going to do a little drawing on the back, so that you can see exactly what we're going to do and why you might want to make a line or not. Okay, so that you can decide it for yourself. So what we're going to do here is it's going to look like little like sideways raindrops. Okay, so imagine it like this. You've got your running stitch. All right, and what we're gonna do is just right next to it, but right in between these two lines, you're gonna come up through your needle and you're gonna slide your needle underneath this one and also underneath this one, and then come back down here. So it's gonna end up looking like this. Do you see? So that's your running stitch, okay? And then you're gonna come up here and come down here. So you're gonna make little loops, almost like the loop of a detached chain stitch, except instead of having that little tacking stitch at the top, you're sliding your needle underneath each of the running stitches to the left and the right. Does that make sense? Now, sometimes when people use this for edging, what they do is they make two lines. They've got their running stitch line like this, which they do. How perfect is that? Oh my God, look at that. But then they also have another line right next to it. This one's not as perfect. So that they can make sure that all of their stitches here are in the same place, okay? And they don't look like you've got your running stitch, and they don't look like one is here, and then one is here, and then one is here, and then one is here, and one is here. You don't want it to be like this, okay? Try and make them in the same spot all the way down. Now, obviously, I didn't make a straight line. I made it difficult, and I made a curvy line, okay? So what you can do is exactly the same, yeah? Except decide if you want to have your loop part on this side or if you want to have your loop part on that side, okay? Either one is fine. It just depends. You can either put a little dot where you want to come up next to each one, It kind of keeps you on track. Or you can make a full-blown line, okay? Completely up to you. So let me get some thread. I was thinking of that blue, but now I'm thinking it might need to be a little bit lighter so that it shows up on that. Maybe I shouldn't do blue. Coral. That's like the same as that one. I'm running out of colors. Maybe like a light pink would be good. If I can find a nice... Maybe I should just do that same blue that I did before. I'll just do that. Okay. Needle me. Here we go. So what we're going to do is come up. I'm going to do mine on the right because it's easier for me. And then go through each of one. So slide your needle underneath each one. And then you're going to go back down through that same hole. And then continue on to the next one. Okay, so let's see what this looks like here. So we're going to come up through this one. Now, obviously, the closer that you get to the line, the smaller these are going to be. Okay? Meaning the closer that your dot is to the line, or the closer that your line is to the line, the smaller your little loop is going to be. Okay, you could also alternate if you wanted to, so you could do one like this, and then one where the dot is on this side, and then one where the dot is on this side. You could do that if you wanted to. It would probably not be called the same thing because you know how embroidery is, but you totally could if you liked the look of that better. Probably should have done 6 strands with this because I just picked up the 3 strands I had before. Now remember, we don't want to pull it too tight because that was going to make it like too tight. It's not going to make it a loop anymore, okay? It can totally be alternated if you want to. And I think that would look really, really nice. I also feel like with this one, you could even add a little French knot to the end of each one. Like boop, boop, like that. And that could be really cute. It would also add a little bit of like something to it. So there we are. Those are our stitches for today. So one of them, which is this one, I have never taught before ever. So hopefully I've explained it so that you are able to do it easily. And I think it's really quite a fun stitch for this one because you can kind of stick it in a lot of places. I feel like with under the sea thing, it'd be cute. You could do like bigger ones, smaller ones. Like you could really play with like your stitch. How many strands you've got, sorry. I almost said stitch length. But I mean that too, because that will make your loops bigger or smaller. Again, this one's a bit faffy, especially with our satin stitch here. And please remember, we're not going through threads. We're not actually sliding our needle through the threads. We're just going underneath of them. So make sure you're taking the time to slide your needle like underneath. I have purple. Make sure it's underneath those purple threads, okay? Oh, they're back from their floatboat ride because you can hear the babies crying. Mine are in bed. Oh dear. So yeah, that's what it is. That's our stitch today. So I hope you like it. I feel like this was not a good idea because now you're not even going to be able to see it on the blue. I might be taking this out. I feel like I should stop here because I think I'm going to end up taking this out. How annoying. I just thought I'll just grab the same one because it's easier and I don't have to like mess about, but I should have just taken an extra 10 seconds and picked a different color. Because now you can't see it. That's okay. I only have like 4 more stitches, so I might leave this one and then do a different one later. Just leave it for now. And then if I really hate it, I can change it at a different date. So, any questions at all, do let me know. If you're just joining now and this is your very first live, welcome. You can always get the pattern that's in my shop and watch the first 4 videos, which are on YouTube. I have all the other ones downloaded. Thank God I have not had any problems with downloading videos this time. And I swear to God that it's because the videos are shorter. I think it really struggles with videos that are like 40 minutes or more. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying to keep them shorter only because it just seems to be working now. I did a thicker thread count for the looping one. For this one, I did, this is the lace running stitch, and I did all 6 strands for that. And for this one, I did 3 and 3. So it depends on what you think. If you want to have smaller loops, I would do less strands. If you want to have bigger loops, I would probably maybe do more strands because then you'll be able to see it a bit more. It'll be like a bolder line. But, I mean, you really can't go wrong with these, you know? They do look so nice. Right, so I've only got 1 more left. And then I will be on my way. Okay, if you are in the WhatsApp group, we're going to have our first Teams / Zoom call, whatever you want to call it. I'll send the link in the WhatsApp group so everyone will have it ahead of time. I'm thinking of doing it. I'll ask tonight what we think, but I was thinking of doing it either at like 3 in the afternoon, like Eastern time, or 8 p.m. like our normal Stitchalong time. But doing it like a set time at 8 so that everyone knows exactly what time it is, you know? So I'm thinking at 3 people in the UK could join, as well. So that could be good, but I'm going to put it in the group. If you're not in the group yet, please join the group. It is so much fun. And I love chatting with you guys. So there you go. I'm going to put a little thing in my stories tonight about it too. Because I think it's really, I feel like it's something that is really, really nice to have, you know? So there we go. That's what we've got from me today. Let's do our little light shine situation. What do you think? Do you like it? Oopsies. I heard a little bang there. Do you not like it? Do you like one over the other one? Definitely should have used different colors here because that's getting torn out. But I've shown you how to do it and job's done, isn't it? Yeah, which one do you like better? Let me know. And I'll talk with you guys not tomorrow for a stitch along, okay? But on Tuesday, and we have our last 5 days of the stitch along starting Tuesday until Saturday. So enjoy, and I'll see you then. Bye!